Welcome back to ABC 15 Mornings. Of course, the monsoon is in full effect, and we had to bring in Frank Leutz from Desert Car Care because really it can wreak havoc on your car. You get busy this time of year?
Oh my goodness, we get busy. Feel the thickness in the air. The monsoons
it's
are just,
soupy out.
They're coming, they're soupy, and we get folks that come in mainly with phantom, gremlin-like electrical issues from inside their cab.
Is it the dust that's causing it or the humidity? No. What's going on?
Rain.
Oh.
If your cab, as you can see here, all this rubber molding around, let's say, the windshield. I'm going to give you guys an example.
Okay.
Without making too much of a mess.
Go ahead, I'll step back.
Here are your gutters in your home. Look at that, right? That funnels water away.
Yes.
You see that? Same principle with your car. As you're getting in that flood zone in that monsoon area,
right.
If this rubber molding is cracked and not sealing, well, guess what?
It's in your car.
It's in your car.
We're in trouble.
And I got to tell you what we see. We don't see it all the time right away after the rains, but someone will come in 2 months later. Turn signals are just working by themselves, or the horn doesn't work, because that moisture intrudes in the cab. So let me show you guys.
Okay.
Window molding around the door. You see that funnel effect?
We think about that stuff usually.
No, we talk a lot about rubber hoses and things, but we need to seal this cab up.
Okay.
So let me show you.
What should we be looking for?
Well, you can check this, right? So here's your monsoon rains coming. Iris is reporting. Here we go.
Absolutely.
Right? So here we are, nice and dry. Now look at this. We're going to close this door, right?
Okay.
As we're waiting.
Iris, don't get wet. Iris is telling us it's a downpour on the I-10.
So look at that. You see that water intrusion?
Oh,
this is the rubber molding.
Right.
Okay, that needs to seal up and needs to funnel away all of that water. And here I've got some samples. Consumers can check this real easy. Okay. Take a look visually. All right. Look at this rubber molding. You see how it's all cracked?
Right.
We're driving around
like
3/4 of the year. It's hot, it's humid towards the monsoon season, but these guys can dry out.
Just like your windshield wipers, they kind of dry rot as well.
Absolutely.
Hey, okay, for two big questions. Number one, what's the cost for me to make a repair of this plastic casing, if you will? Number two, what do I need to look for today?
First things first, your windshield has that rubber molding. If you're driving down on the freeway and you hear air coming through, it's probably leaking.
Okay.
So, to get it checked out, very inexpensive.
Great.
Right? Usually a courtesy inspection, a complimentary inspection.
Great.
Otherwise, these rubber moldings, you could spend $100 on some of the European cars. You could spend a little more than that.
Okay.
So the key is,
no, that's not bad.
It's not terribly expensive.
I'll spend $100 because the other side is
those gremlins.
Yes.
We don't need the gremlins, right? You know, because really, you come in and you have your mechanic take a look at it, and then you put 2 and 2 together and say, oh wait, during the monsoon season I had this leak, and now we've got these electrical issues.
Okay.
Information.
Yeah, Frank Leutz from Desert Car Care. We're not going to let you go just yet.
We're going to have more fun with water.
With water, even better. Thank you.
All right, great advice, and we'll check back in just a few minutes. You're watching ABC 15 Mornings. Welcome back to ABC 15 Mornings. We were talking earlier, monsoon is here. Need to prepare your car, so we brought in Frank Leutz from Desert Car Care to talk about what we need to start looking at right now.
You know, earlier we talked about water intrusion into the passenger cab. Now let's talk about inside the engine bay, right? So just like the gutters again in your home, you've got this rubber seal that seals up this engine bay area. So essentially, it funnels that water away from the engine. Of course, not like that. That was pretty extreme. Because guess what, guys? We're talking about the same principle of electronic phantom intermittent failures in your cab as it would be in the engine bay.
So there's no more protection in your engine other than that rubber.
You've got this rubber here, and you've got some of this rubber here. So it's really easy for consumers. Take a look, take a few minutes, look at all the rubber. If they're not comfortable doing that, you can take it into your local certified mechanic and they'll check that. Because listen, if you get any of these little sensors, they can be extremely expensive. Some of these engines have the computers mounted under the engine bay. Not many, but some of them out there. So bottom line, it's real expensive.
Okay, so we have to be looking out for the rubber. What else should we be doing to protect our engine?
We want to talk about what if, now most people know not to drive through floods.
Turn around, don't
Absolutely.
You just have to,
you know what? Let's say you're in that situation. You're not totally in a flood zone, but you're getting a lot of water. Yeah. This is your air filter, of course. That's nasty, dirty. Make sure you replace that. If you get water in here, this engine sucks air through some of this plumbing. It should only suck air. On some occasions, if you're going through a lot of water, you're going to suck water in your engine.
And what does that do?
It locks your motor up.
Well, then that's not good.
No, it's not good. That's like open heart surgery, right?
Right.
So what I'm talking about, when you are in a situation, it's key. Number one tip, if you find yourself in an area where there's floodwaters, shut the engine off right away. Get it towed. Don't keep driving it. Because that water's being sucked up into that engine area. So it's key.
And if we're driving in rain, even today, might be a good idea to check that
rubber molding.
Yeah, that rubber molding there.
All of this
how much does that even cost to replace the rubber molding?
You know, this particular strip is not expensive at all. I mean, you're talking $30, $40. It takes 2 seconds to replace.
So, and if you don't have the strip and you get the water damage, if your engine locks up, what are you looking at?
We're looking at thousands. Thousands. Cardiologist comes in. It's a big surgery. We don't want to get to that point. So that's key. Absolutely.
And it's so important just to remember, obviously, don't drive into flood waters. You know, cars can float super easily, so then we get into those dangerous situations. But obviously, just the damage is incredible.
Frank, something else. I'm going to call you out on live TV here. He has another car over here he was going to use as an example. Frank went to go turn it on, and what happened, Frank?
Well, this is our victim car. And guess what? It became a victim. This little car we were going to use doesn't start. The battery just went dead.
Okay, so your battery can go dead pretty much
anytime, any place. You got to understand.
Even for the expert.
I tell you what, batteries should check 3-4 times a year. You
really?
Need to get yeah, even if it's raining or not.
Does the heat affect them?
Well, the moisture can be a problem for a worn battery, you know, so just get it checked because, you know, we'll have the situation
10 seconds left in the show. Frank, it's always a pleasure.
Thank you.
Yeah.
A little water today.
Oh, hey, I got the, look like I did some work.
My pleasure, guys. My pleasure.
So informative.
Thanks for watching ABC 15 Mornings. Have a great day.